There is no perfect attribution tool. Customer journeys are very messy nowadays. This is what Google calls the messy middle. Customers are spending more time in the consideration phase. They want to find the best of everything. The best pair of wellies, the best umbrella, or just the best deal. It takes longer to decide, which can make it really hard to track the customer journey, especially for retailers who have offline touchpoints or different marketplaces. It becomes really tricky to match everything up. There's a strong argument for using an attribution solution here for bigger retailers. I would say anyone with a turnover of more than 20 million a year can be thinking about that. And there are some great ones out there, but every attribution platform has its own bias, and there's a lot that you can do without one. One way we like to look at things is to stop talking about attribution and start thinking about the contribution of different channels. So instead of quibbling about which channel drove the sale, think about how much of your revenue is Google or Meta or Pinterest contributing to your overall. Because the reality is that users interact with loads of different marketing touchpoints, and it's the interplay between them which is driving your revenue. This does mean taking a bit of a leap of faith and starting to trust some of the data that you see in platform, and moving away from one single source of truth. It's time to move away from optimizing every piece of activity to an ROI. We've all seen a marketing funnel before, right? Well, it's really important to have different KPIs at every stage of the funnel. We all know how much revenue we need to drive at the bottom, but do you know how much that looks like in new customers? How many product views that you need to be driving? Or how much traffic needs to be reaching the site? Not every channel is going to be driving forward every single one of those KPIs, but they all play their part. If you've got quality control measures in place at every stage, then we can see the value of more than just our activation channels and be optimizing for where those users are in their personal journey. Brands who work with attribution tools will immediately start seeing more of their revenue being attributed to mid and upper funnel activity. By optimizing the stage of the funnel to the right KPIs, we can mimic that strategy without needing to invest in those expensive tools. Brands we work with who work with attribution tools immediately start seeing more of the revenue being attributed to mid and upper funnel activity. But by optimizing every stage of the funnel to the right KPIs, you can get that same level of growth without needing to invest in those expensive tools.